A lot of ground to cover here. CNN political editor Mark Preston and Lynn Sweet, Washington bureau chief for the Chicago Sun-Times. They're here to help us out with this. Lynn, are his statements on this matter inconsistent?
They are, because he did not he wasn't 100% clear in telling the whole story. He has a technical out, I think, because he said at one point, and this is parsing, and we won't get into the detail here, he said a yes to an overall question, and I suppose that might make, that was his out today, that I did say yes when asked a broad question, but it wasn't clear. The damage here, Don, is really political. The legal angle here, will play out. I know there's some calls for him to be investigated if this was truly perjury, but his immediate problem here is a pretty big political problem. He's starting his first swing of Illinois this week as a senator, and he has this big story about how he just didn't come clean when he could have in front of the House Impeachment Committee. He has an affidavit now, as he noted, that clears things up after he got the appointment. Yeah, not a good way to start off. Mark Preston, I have to ask you, was this a politically savvy move for a freshman senator already clearly under the microscope?
Don, he had to address these allegations. You know, this news of this affidavit was just broke a couple days ago, broke by Lynn's newspaper, and he had to address them head on. I will tell you, this news conference, though, was very combative. I don't think that he came out of it looking very good, and there were some conflicting answers to some questions, specifically about whether the FBI had reached out to Mr. Burris or to his lawyer. We heard some, conflicting answers to that. So I think that this is a story that is not going to go away from Mr. Burris, and he's going to have a lot of questions to answer as he does toward the state over the next week.
Mark and Lynn, thank you both. We'll talk politics a little bit.
Have you had any conversations with federal agents about the circumstances regarding this appointment?
I have not had any conversations.
Have any of your aides have had any conversation? Aides or attorneys have discussions with the federal prosecutors or?
For what I understand is some of the agents have reached out to my lawyers.
Have they talked to them?
No, I mean they have not. We haven't talked. They said they want to meet with me.
So what motivated you to file that affidavit on February 5th? What motivated you to come now?
Because when we read on January 22nd, the attorney got the transcript. He read the transcript after the inauguration, and then he said, okay, there were some, and he had promised the chairman of the committee that we might have to review this and fill in some information.
I mean, excuse me, with all due respect, you said there's nothing inconsistent, yet we now have three different versions.
Well, you don't have three different versions.
Sorry.
Excuse me, no, wait a minute.
No, let me finish, please.
Excuse me.
No, excuse me. We have one affidavit that came out that you voluntarily submitted, in which you said your own contact.
Rich, the first affidavit dealt with the appointment. The appointment. Read the first affidavit.
Okay.
Okay? So it was very consistent. I had no contact with anybody in reference to the appointment. Okay?
Okay.
Then the second then we had the testimony on the transcript. The second affidavit then dealt with contacts that I had about the Senate seat. Look at the difference. One dealt with the appointment. That's all we were dealing with. The other one dealt with the Senate seat, and I talked to a whole lot of people about the Senate seat, so there's no inconsistency. And I'm asking the media people to really look at that, read the record, and you will see that what we're saying, there is no type of any type of hiding or trying to slip something by somebody. It's completely honest, it's completely forthright, and it certainly is the truth.
Did you talk to any members of the governor's staff or anyone closely related to the governor, including with family members or any lobbyists connected with him, including, let me throw out some names.
Yeah.
John Harris, Rob Blagojevich,
Yeah.
Doug Schofield,
Right.
Bob Greenlee, Lon Monk, John Wyma. Did you talk to anybody who was associated with the governor about your desire to seek the appointment prior to the governor's arrest?
And what was my answer? Read my answer. Read my answer.
The answer is yes, and then you mentioned one of those six.
No. The answer was yes. I talked to them. See, this is where the media.
You spoke to your friend.
No. I said my friends, and the yes was for those names. The yes was for the names. Please, media people, you all do the yes response. I said I talked to my friends, and yes, the yes was for all of those names. And so then he raised a question about Lon Monk. And that's how we got on Monk. And he didn't go back to Rogovich after we talked about Monk.
He asked you specifically about the governor's staff.
Well, after.
And you only said Lon Monk.
No, he raised the question on Lon Monk. That's what prompted us to say Lon Monk. I wouldn't.
No, he said, did you speak to anyone in the governor's staff or any of those individuals closely related to the governor? Then you responded to Lon Monk.
A meeting with Lon Monk about my partner and I trying to get continued business. And I did bring it up. It must have been in September, maybe it was July or 8th, I don't know.
He did. He took me in a different direction.
So when you said my friends, you meant Rod
No. I meant the people. If you look at page, 99, I was at my classmates call. People were calling the governor's office. I talked to my friend in Somerset, New Jersey. He had sent out 100 emails. And so that's what I meant, my friends, if I talked about the Senate seat.
Senator, so when you left that day, you were under the impression that you had delivered a yes answer to the question, did you speak to Rob Blagojevich? Is that correct?
No, I had answered yes, and I'd spoken to those people in the list.
So you were under the impression that you had given them a yes to all the people on that list that Representative Durkin mentioned, right? That's the impression you were under?
Yeah, I mean, when I said yes, because I remember some of the names, because I hadn't talked to, what's his name, Green, somebody. I don't even know him. So, but I said yes, because I talked to some of those people. That's what the yes was for.
Say yes, except for Greenlee.
I didn't know Greenlee. I mean, why are you going to try to question why wouldn't I say? The answer was yes.
Wouldn't it have been better to say yes to these people, no to these, to delineate which people?
No, you're using hindsight and second guessing.
Senator, today.
Because when we looked at the transcript, I had talked to these people and it was not in the testimony.
But you seem to think that was a full answer then, so why change it then?
No. Change what? I haven't changed anything. Nothing changed.
Senator, today Cross and Durkin have said that they want the matter to go to the Sangamon County State's Attorney's Office to investigate whether you committed perjury. How do you respond to that?
Well,
do you welcome an investigation? Do you?
The facts are here, and if you all report this correctly, this is no story. If you all report this correctly, this is the end of it, because there are no inconsistencies here. It's the information that went out through the media that's half reported, not done your research, and then you end up giving information that will cause somebody to say something got to go to some grand jury. And the Republicans are going to try to make political hay out of this because they're trying to deal with the seat.
Senator, that doesn't answer the question. If the Sangamon State's Attorney's Office is going to investigate this, you welcome it.
All right, pretty extraordinary, quite remarkable, and combat.